friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And I'm here today for another natural healing testimonies video, and I forgot to write it down on here. I think it's part 23. So if you really enjoy this video and you haven't seen any of the others that are within the playlist, please check out the full playlist. I'll be linking in the description box down below. So what these are stories that are sent to me from my various followers about how natural things, natural herbs, whatever it was they did to help heal themselves, get them through a difficult time, or whatever it was, using these various things, they're sharing their testimony and how well some of this stuff really worked for them, just going with a more natural way of healing their body, or maybe even just getting something done. As this first story that I just kind of skimmed through, I usually just skim through them to get an idea what's in there, but I don't read them until I'm shooting the video so I can get a little more live reaction from me, which of course then makes for a lot of mistakes that I got to cut out. But anyway, I only have two today. So one long one and one short one that I think you're all going to really enjoy. And if you have your own testimony you would like to share, I don't share people's names unless they ask me to, but I don't typically share people's names, so I try to keep it anonymous, so no worries there. But some people do actually send me pictures, and both of these testimonies, people sent me some pictures, but just so you know, it's very likely that through this first story, any of the pictures you see until I get to the very last one, because I was only sent one photo, all the rest of them will probably be either my own pictures or ones that I gather from online, just to add a little more interest to this or bring clarity to what's being talked about. So let's get into this first testimony. I am so excited to share my natural healing testimony with you. Well, this is more of a natural birth story, but I have waited a long time for this, and now, 1 month later, we are thriving. And by the way, it's probably a lot longer later than that, probably several months later. This all starts 8 years ago when I went into labor with my first child, McKenna. I've known how problematic Big Pharma was for a while and had already started my natural health journey. I had my heart set on a natural birth, a water birth, at a birthing center. The doctor, and I say that with heavy air quotes, was highly against this. She said something about the water being an issue. I didn't understand because in the womb, the baby is already in water or amniotic fluid. But with this being my first baby, I was pretty much talked out of it. I go into labor and I'm rushed to the hospital. We had a terrible experience there. I did not feel comfortable at all. There were so many people in the room whom I've never even met before. Lots of noise, lots of voices. Oh my goodness. Doesn't sound very calming, does it? Bright lights, but most of all, there was this one nurse who was quite pushy. A lot of the things that me and my husband wanted got questioned many times over, and it was frustrating. Our voices were not heard. Our daughter is born and I am holding her. I am exhausted. I had just pushed out a baby with no epidural, and due to the pain, I'm passing in and out. At that point, my husband turned his back to grab something, and that one pushy nurse creeped around and vaccinated our daughter without our consent. Oh my goodness. What? Wait a minute. I think I've heard of this happening before, but wow. We were livid. My husband ended up yelling at the staff. It was an awful experience for something that's supposed to be special and sacred. Fast forward to September 2024. We have a surprise on the way. I am thrilled, especially because back in 2020, I suffered a miscarriage halfway through my pregnancy at 20 weeks. Oh, I am so sorry. The day we were supposed to find out the gender, we found out the baby had no heartbeat. I had lost the boy I wanted. But this time around, I was determined to take the health of this pregnancy into my own hands. And boy, I was gonna have my natural birth. My prenatal care was a tea infusion I call pregnancy tea. I learned this from Carol Gauchi, a famous midwife whom a lot of people may know because she is the wife of Paul Gauchi. Yes, they live about 75 miles from us, by the way. The Back to Eden Gardening Method guy. If you ever get the chance to hear her experience of hospital births, please do. It is eye-opening. The infusion consists of red raspberry leaf, oat straw, alfalfa, and nettle leaves. I had this every day of my pregnancy. Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, because I think I do have a video I did on herbs for pregnancy, but I really like this because this kind of gets some real life information out there, if you know what I mean, not just based on my own research. On our homestead, we grow a lot of herbs that I used in herbal teas. This is how I got the nutrients I needed in addition to eating a lot of fruits and veggies. In fact, I didn't take any prenatal vitamins because I didn't feel comfortable doing so. Good call, by the way. Every fiber in my being told me not to. I was listening to my body. I also stayed away from drinking both tap and bottled water. Excellent. My husband found a spot in the mountains. We live in the beautiful Washington state. I figured that. Where we can get fresh Mountain Creek water. He brings home several gallons of this living water and we put it through our homemade water filtration system, and this is the water we use for our consumption. Very, very good. I wanted to stay away from ultrasounds, but due to my history of miscarriage, I wanted to see my baby and hear a heartbeat. It's a boy, the ultrasound tech says, and I am in tears. Then she goes on to say not only that she has a strong heartbeat, that he is measuring big and appears to be very healthy. As I stated earlier, I don't do big pharma. I am pretty much the only one in my family that doesn't. And because my family and some friends expressed their concerns, them worried about me wanting to have a natural birth at home and not taking the prenatal vitamins, I wasn't worried and didn't allow their negative energy and comments affect me at all. I was covered in God's favor and protection. One thing I did compromise on, though, was agreeing to have a midwife. Mama and my husband were nervous about the home birth that I was so set on having. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a very good thing. I think you're, in most cases, going to be in very good hands with a midwife. So I said okay to that to make them feel better, but I understand just in case anything went wrong. The pregnancy is going great. Baby is moving a lot and is extremely active. We had everything prepared beforehand for home delivery. My due date was June 2nd, but one day with the sharp pains I suddenly felt, I knew baby was coming, fast. And when I say fast, let's just say that fast is an understatement. He came so fast, Mama was stuck in traffic and the midwife was on the phone talking my husband through it. My water broke, then 2 pushes and he was out. Wow, that's amazing. My son, Cajun, was born May 21st, 2 weeks early. And there's a picture she gave me permission to share of him. A happy, healthy, bouncing baby boy at 8.5 pounds. Wow. I guess he couldn't wait any longer to join the family early. And the best part was no strangers, no loud machines and noises, and especially nobody to steamroll over how I felt about the birth I wanted to have for my baby. My husband got to deliver our baby, and he said that meant so much to him. I wanted to share my story because the world we live in, we are surrounded with poison, the water, the food, the air, our clothes, big pharma in the hospitals, etc. But our Creator has spoken to me through nature. When it comes to health, from the herbs we grow to our yard, to the creek water up in the mountains, I chose to listen to Him. And because of this, I got the birth experience I wanted. at home, unmedicated, unassisted, just me, my husband, and our daughter, McKenna. This is just such a beautiful story. And the Holy Spirit. At the time of writing this, my son is 1 month old. He has already grown out of newborn diapers and can no longer fit newborn clothes. Oh my goodness. Getting teary-eyed again. I think I did this on the last one of these I read. He is now in 3 months and now weighs just over 11 pounds. And yes, I'm breastfeeding. At times it seems he is emptying me faster than I can fill up, but I'm keeping up with it. Thank you. That was an amazing story. Again, thank you so much for sharing this and for sharing that lovely picture of your beautiful baby boy. And knowing that he's several months older now, especially now that I'm getting to this video. And then it's going to be a month before it publishes from the time I'm shooting it. So yeah, he's probably going to be in 4T by the time this comes out. So one more story. This again is a short one, but she sent a lot of pictures that I think you're going to find quite interesting. Hi, my name is Angie. I have been listening to your videos for about a year or so. This year, 2025, on July 3rd, I was sitting in a crowd of people watching a fireworks display. We were about half to 3/4 of a football field away, sitting in lawn chairs. Well, one of the fireworks fell over and it was shooting high power fireworks in our direction. I took a direct hit to the right side of my face. It exploded on impact on my eyelid, nose, lips, and cheek. Oh my goodness. I couldn't see at first. I have been a licensed nurse for over 20 years. I used to do wound care on people. I went to the ER for this. All they did was a quick eye chart exam. I could only see the top letter. They didn't check anything else. And this is just so aggravating. It was a joke. They gave high-powered pain meds that didn't work and only made me vomit. They gave me nothing to put on my wounds, no recommendations, nothing. I had some Silvadine cream I put on it. The next morning, I started putting castor oil with a little DMSO on it. Excellent. My face was healed in less than 1 week. Wow, I basically have no scars. As a nurse, I know the face scar is pretty bad from burns. I am so grateful. It grew my eyebrows and eyelashes back fast also. Excellent story. That was a short one, but man, that was a power-packed one. So again, thank you for that great testimony and for all of the many that are in the past videos and for those still yet to come. I still have more in my healing testimonies box. So by the way, if you're sending one, make sure you title it Natural Healing Testimonies. And typically what I do, I don't even read it. I just immediately drop it into that particular folder so that I can access it when I'm ready to shoot another video. And then I read them from the bottom up, you know, the oldest to the newest. So that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you're going to send me those testimonies, send them to raincountryhomestead@gmail.com. Almost forgot to throw that in there. And don't forget to check out the link to the playlist I'll be putting down below. And feel free to share your own in comments. Just know that I won't be drawing from the comments for future videos. So if you want it read in a future video, you'll still need to send that to my email. And thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.